What's up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through a schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. We're going to be starting out with this first video titled, President Trump threatens that time is running out for a deal, calls off strike planned for Iran on Tuesday. So I guess we're not going to hit him. We're going to keep playing games with him. We'll see how that goes. Then we have an interesting video titled, Cuba warns U.S. military action would lead to a bloodbath. Apparently we got some information that Cuba is going to try and do some bad things to us. And they say that we're gaslighting them as a reason to invade their country, which is kind of interesting because that's what people were saying about Venezuela and Iran. So then we got an even more interesting video titled, BLM wants accountability for jokes told about George Floyd at the Kevin Hart roast, which I think is hilarious. Then we have a video titled, shots fired at Islamic Center in San Diego. Apparently there was an active shooter situation earlier today. Then we got a midlife break, our midlife break. It's our funny video halfway through. Today was provided by Colty and it's titled, Things You Want to Say in Public. Then getting back into the news, we have a video titled, ICE agent charged in Minneapolis shooting a Venezuelan man. This is kind of a follow-up video. They are going to bring charges against that guy. We'll see how it goes. Then we have a video titled, Maryland Freedom Caucus calls mail-in ballot error a crisis, urges federal audit of rolls. Apparently they were sending ballots for the wrong party to individuals. I'm sure that was done intentionally on accident. Then we have a video titled, this is also a follow-up video, Judge rules on evidence in Manion trial. And I don't understand any of this because as far as I know, they only searched one backpack. But in this video, they say that the search was legit, so they're going to use some of the evidence, and then they turn around and said that the search was illegal and that they're not going to use the rest of the evidence. And that sounds suspicious. Then for the last little bit of the news, we have lefties losing it, of course, and today it's titled, Kamala Harris goes full fascist with disturbing rant. That's fun. Then we're going to be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be trying today's Sour Candy Advent Calendar. It was provided by Tori Wayne and Karma Carson. Hopefully we get something good today because that stuff last time was rough. And then we got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Tiger Jaw and it's titled Emperor Trump. And our official funny video of the day is provided by Stowner and it's titled Pick Which Color is Going to Win. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. And what is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Snooks? What's up, Russell? What's up, Green Eyes? What's up, Zero? What's up, Ghostly? And what's up, Wrench? Happy freedom, you hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone, over on Rumble? Kevin, you were first today. Happy freedom to you, Kevin. I appreciate you racing in the chat. It's a Sly Dog. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Major? Happy freedom to you. Wrench, your omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Patriot Dad? What's up, Zom? Happy freedom. Let me see, scrolling here. What's up, Cass? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Appeal to Evan? Happy freedom. Make sure we get everybody here. What's up, Libby Racer? Happy freedom to you. I think we got everybody. Hit that like button over on Rumble. See if we can get us back on the front page. And what is up, everyone, over on the Goof Tube? Agent O, you were first today. Happy freedom to you. Let me fix the chat here if I can. There we go. What's up, Buckeye? Happy freedom to you. Sly Dog, your omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Right Mind? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mr. Lynn? Happy freedom. What's up, Tony Brez? Happy freedom to you. You guys are welcome to hit that like button over on the Goof Tube as well. And what is up, everyone, over on Kick? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. And what is up, everyone, over on Twitch? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, everyone, over on Blaze? And what is up, everyone, over on X? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we're going to be starting off with President Trump threatening that time is running out to make a deal for Iran, calls off the strikes that were planned for tomorrow. I don't know. I guess they've been communicating, so things have been going on behind the scenes, but no deal made, so it's not much of an update, but I guess we're not going to hit them tomorrow. We'll see. Hit the like button. Let's get into this.
And President Trump says the U.S. economy will get better soon as the conflict with Iran comes to an end. But the peace process is moving slower than he would like, and the American people are feeling the pressure. Natalie Brand has the details from the White House.
President Trump has warned Iran that the clock is ticking to make a deal. He posted on social media Sunday, "Better get moving fast or there won't be anything left of them." Some of the president's allies say more military strikes are needed.
Hurt them more, maybe they'll make a deal if you hurt them enough. But right now, I think they're trying to wait us out. I think they're playing games.
Pakistan, which is mediating negotiations, dispatched its interior minister to Tehran Monday. Iran's foreign ministry spokesman insisted the talks are focused on ending the war and wants the U.S. to recognize its right to nuclear enrichment, something President Trump has repeatedly called a deal breaker.
The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon.
The longer the conflict goes on, the more Americans say they're impacted by rising prices, and that's dragging down President Trump's approval rating. In a new CBS News poll, 7 out of 10 surveyed say they're frustrated or even angry about President Trump's approach to the economy. 2/3 say his policies are making it worse in the short term, and 77% say incomes aren't keeping up with inflation.
Donald Trump was the candidate who said he was going to keep us out of wars and he was going to focus on bringing down prices. And of course, he's done just the opposite.
The Strait of Hormuz remains effectively shut down, choking off the waterway where about a fifth of the world's oil supply travels.
All right. Well, we'll see. Everybody's tired of the back and forth. Gas is still $4.90 something here. I think it was $4.96 when I was out and about earlier. Either way, we're going to get right into this next one. Cuba warns U.S. military action would lead to a bloodbath. Now, they claim that we're gaslighting them as a reason to invade their country. And I think it's interesting because that's kind of what the last two countries said when we showed up. Anyways, hit that like button. Let's get into this.
Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel said on Monday that any U.S. military action against Cuba would lead to a, quote, bloodbath, and one with incalculable consequences for regional peace and stability. Diaz-Canel issued the warning in a post on X and added that, quote, Cuba does not pose a threat. His post follows an Axios report published a day earlier citing classified intelligence that said Cuba had acquired more than 300 military drones. The report said Cuba had discussed plans to use them to attack the U.S. naval base at Guantanamo Bay, U.S. military vessels, and Key West, Florida. But Cuba said the U.S. was fabricating a case to justify potential military intervention. In Havana, some residents said they would resist any attack.
I know for a fact that Cuba is a strong country. The Cubans are very brave, and we're not going to back down. If they come, they'll have to fight, because Cuba will fight back. That's what I can tell you. My country, whether we're hungry or not, no matter what, will fight back. They better not come, because there's going to be a fight, you see.
Another resident said he supported talks between the U.S. and Cuba.
There must be an agreement between the two sides to talk and negotiate whatever they want, and Cuba must also enforce its laws. Do you understand? But they shouldn't invade Cuba. Cuba will defend itself at all times. But it will never hand over the country. It will never hand it over. Do you understand?
Cuba has come under increasing strain since the United States cut off its energy supplies after arresting the president of its then ally, Venezuela, in January. Tensions between the two countries have risen sharply in recent days. Reuters reported last week, citing a U.S. Department of Justice source, that prosecutors plan to indict former Cuban leader Raul Castro over Cuba's 1996 shooting down of 2 planes operated by a humanitarian group.
All right. Well, I wonder how true it all is. I think it's a little humorous, them saying that they would fight back. I mean, I understand. I feel the same way. If China or somebody was going to try and invade America, I think all of us would fight back. But I haven't been hearing about China using sonic weapons and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I think it'd take about 45 minutes to take over Cuba. But I understand how they feel. Anyways, next up, BLM wants accountability for jokes that were told about George Floyd at the Kevin Hart roast. I was actually going to play the clip of, or a couple clips of the Kevin Hart roast on Free Speech Saturday, and I totally forgot to do that because Kill Tony is, I don't know. I think some of the stuff he says is funny. I know funny. There's a lot of people who do not like Kill Tony and stuff, so I don't know. But I ended up forgetting I was supposed to do that. Anyways, that's coming up next. First, we're gonna hop in the chat, see what you all can think about these first two videos. Once again, the first video, President Trump saying Iran needs to make a deal quickly, or we're gonna start hitting them again. We were supposed to hit them tomorrow, but we're holding back because of negotiations. But President Trump mentions that we could hit them at a moment's notice if things don't start moving forward. And then the second video there, Cuba's president said that if we take military action against them, it will be a bloodbath, which, you know, if they say so. Supposedly, classified intelligence said that Cuba is trying to get 300 drones, and they're planning to hit GITMO, U.S. military vessels, as well as places in Florida. They were just like, we're going to attack Florida. Florida alone could take Cuba. But then Cuba claims that those are lies that we made up as a reason to invade their country. Cubans saying that they will fight back if the military shows up, which I understand why they would feel that way. Anyways, like I said, BLM's back in action. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you Hooligans think about all of that. What's up, Ghostly? Happy freedom to you. Snooks, it's not our business to deal with so much with other countries. Let's see, they want to live like that, let them. Well, if Cuba says that they're going to send 300 drones to come attack our ships and they want to take out Florida, then that makes it our business, but who knows. Wrench, Tony is funny. I like him because the left doesn't. Yeah, some people don't like Kill Tony. Sometimes he seems a little too aggressive to laugh at, but I don't know. There's a lot of people that don't think he's funny. I thought the roast was kind of funny, though. The roast was mean. It was mean, but, like, the stuff was pretty funny. Zero, so that lady likes living in poverty? Well, they don't know any different. But we'll see, because if they're talking about hitting us, then, you know, obviously we're going to get involved. Wrench, yeah, Cuba wouldn't stand a chance, but at the same time, I don't blame them, though. Like I said, if that was your home and somebody says they're going to show up unwelcomed, then, you know, that's kind of the right thing to do, is to stand up for it, in my opinion, so I understand them feeling that way. Wrench, it's like Groundhog's Day messing with Iran. Yeah, I wish they would just get that over with. Gas is too expensive. Zero, in a year, when gas is $1.50, they'll forget about the short-term pain. Well, the lefties will find something new to bitch about because they don't care either way. When President Trump first got into office, gas dropped down to 2-something. Lefties weren't bitching about it then. Everything was fine. But, yeah, hopefully gas will be more affordable soon. Snugs, who has killed Tony, he's a comedian. He's got a show, or I don't know what it is. He's got something that he holds. I see clips for it all the time. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for the $2 over on Rumble. You're a badass, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support. It says, living in a bullshit demon rat state, hell and noise. I understand a bit of what a Cubans are experiencing. Yeah. I hear you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much. Major, well, I guess they're all being brought here regardless. You talking about Cubans? Yeah. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. Appeal to Evan, wasn't the head of CIA just over there discussing something? I was thinking that too. I couldn't remember if he was in Cuba or if he was somewhere else. But what's really interesting about that whole deal is the news came out about the CIA going into Tulsi Gabbard's office and stealing the MK Ultra files, as well as the JFK files, I think it was. I don't know, somebody else. And then the very next day, the head of, or the director of CIA went to some other country to talk deals and stuff. I thought that was interesting. Kevin just did the calculations. It's $5.64 a gallon for gas. Yeah, Kevin, you guys always pay too much for gas. It's been that way as long as I've known Canada existed. I don't know why you guys pay so much in gas, and a lot of you guys don't realize it because you pay per liter. You don't buy it per gallon, so you don't, like, it's not obvious the difference that we pay in gas. But yeah, you guys pay too much in gas all the time, and I don't know why it's like that. What's up here, Juicer? Happy freedom to you. Here, Juicer, I found a durian or whatever the fuck it's called. You should make a dono goal to eat some. I don't know if I can, and if I throw up on the live, they're gonna give me a fucking strike on YouTube and shit. And so, like, I don't know. I have to think about it. I don't like gross stuff. I don't know that I'd be able to eat it. I'll think about it. What's up, Captain Seamus? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. Got snipped at 12 on the website. That's what I thought happened, Cheeky Chops. You disappeared, and then I seen a second account pop up, and it was under the free account, and I was still in the voice chat, and I figured that's what happened, is that you hit midnight. I was wondering. What's up, Glass? Happy freedom to you. Alright, hooligans, let's move forward. Like I said, BLM wants accountability for jokes that were told about George Floyd at the Kevin Hart roast because they haven't made enough doll hairs yet. Now, before we get into this, I'm going to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up. This is a short video here. Now, I wanted to find the whole video, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I don't know where the hell they did this secret live stream, but either way, it's still all funsies. So hit that like button. Let's get into this.
Again, it is not a laughing matter. We are here today to call your attention to the fact that an egregious, disgusting joke was made about George Floyd. Here we are, about to memorialize George Floyd for year 6 after his brutal murder at the hands of the Minneapolis Police Department. Our community is still experiencing grief and trauma. We have young people in our community who were children at the time, they're now teenagers, still dealing with the impacts of the police killing of George Floyd. And instead of allowing our community to grieve in peace, to celebrate George Floyd in peace, we have Netflix comedians making light of the brutal killing of George Floyd. It is unacceptable and it is unconscionable. Tony Hinchcliffe made a grotesque joke saying that George Floyd is looking up at us, laughing, and he can't breathe. When I saw the clip online, it made me sick to my stomach. We are here to declare today that there needs to be accountability for Kevin Hart's Netflix roast.
Okay, so now they're demanding accountability because of jokes. Those damn jokes. It's crazy because they talk crazy about Pete Davidson's dad. His dad died on the 911 day out in New York. And they talk all kinds of shit about that. And you don't hear anybody say anything about it. I don't know. They say all kinds of terrible stuff. But no, you can't. George Floyd, that's the hands off. They were talking bad about Charlie Kirk. They were directly referencing Charlie Kirk. Nobody's mad about that. I mean, maybe Erica Kirk might make a video that the internet's going to make fun of. But as far as I know, nobody's outraged about that. But yeah, George Floyd, hands off. Anyways, next up, shots fired at Islamic Center in San Diego. Now, I assume we'll have a follow-up to this because the details aren't released. They might be now, but when I put this on the schedule, they didn't show who the shooters were or any of that stuff. So I assume tomorrow we'll probably have a follow-up video on this. Once again, shots fired at Islamic Center in San Diego. Hit that like button and let's get into this.
And we start with the breaking news here at 5 o'clock from San Diego, California. Happened about 3 o'clock our time here in Louisville. An active shooter has been taken out now by San Diego police after reports came in about a shooting happening at the largest Islamic mosque in San Diego.
And the number of potential victims is not clear. San Diego's Sharp Memorial Hospital says it's receiving an unknown number of patients. ABC's Alex Stone is on scene with the latest.
It's still a very active scene right now. San Diego police say that they responded in late morning to 911 calls of an active shooter at the Islamic Center of San Diego. They have been trying to clear the building, but we are told that the threat in that building is now over, that they no longer see a threat in the building, and that the person responsible, that threat has been neutralized, is how they put it. It's unclear what happened to that person or the persons in the shooting as they have been responding in. It is still very active right now. They have not said, police have not said, if there are victims, how many of the victims that there are on scene, but they moved in with a lot of firepower, with armored vehicles as well, to what we were told was a very real and a very active scene. The governor of California has now been briefed. The California Office of Emergency Services is working with the governor's office on the response. The ATF has responded as well. Law enforcement has been going through the building and clearing the building there, as we've seen images of children coming out, being brought out. There is a school inside the Islamic Center as well. Police say that they are trying to understand the extent of what this was, as they are now actively on scene. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Okay. Like I said, they don't have all the details gathered yet, so I assume tomorrow we'll have a follow-up video. Next up, we got our midlife break or funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Colty and it's titled Things You Want to Say in Public. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about those last two videos. Once again, BLM wants accountability over jokes. They're mad. They're real mad. They say it's not funny and then laugh before repeating the joke that Killed Tony had said, saying that George Floyd can't breathe and just looking up at him and blah, blah, whatever. Things that have been said millions of times, but they're going to try and get some dollars off Kevin Hart and Kill Tony. In the second video, their active shooter situation at the Islamic Center. 2 suspects dead. 3 adults have been killed. Kids are fine. I don't know if there's injured people or whatnot. Haven't seen the suspects yet. Don't know anything about them. So like I said, probably a follow-up video tomorrow. Either way, midlife break coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat. Zero, thank God that no children were hurt. I don't care what religion, no hurting children. Yeah. Well, and I wonder who the suspects were. Ranch, the left can't handle words. That's why their threats of violence against us doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I agree. What's up, Colty? Happy freedom to you. Kevin Shamus, huge ass thunderstorm, hail and rain. Well, definitely stay safe out there. We had a little rain earlier. It rained hard for 20 minutes or something like that, and then it stopped. Nothing too crazy though. 0 suspects were 17 and 18 years old. They died from self-inflicted gunshot wounds. That's interesting because I saw a video saying the police took them out. But like I said, we'll have details tomorrow. What's up, Jay Tyler? Happy freedom to you. Appeal to Evan, aren't these the same people from Iran that hate America? I don't know. I don't know anything about any of that stuff. Hair juicer. Somebody like squeaked their shoe while BLM was talking, and I thought that there was a sound effect for a smoke detector added to the video, but it's not. But I still thought it was kind of humorous, just the coincidence that happened. Gotta get those likes up, hooligans. I'm doing all right, Jay Tyler. How are you doing today? Hey, you know, it'd be ironic if it was another toaster. That's what I was assuming was going on, but with it being a religious place, I don't know. I figure if somebody that works for the feds wearing a MAGA hat, probably. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Anywhere else, I'd put money on it being a shapeshifter. What's up, Daniel? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Smelly? Happy freedom. What's up, Plukester? Happy freedom to you. Plukester, I heard it was 2 teenagers. They took themselves out. Yeah. What would 2 teenagers want to go to a religious place and shoot guns for? Like, why would they want to do that? Well, all the things they could do. I don't get it. Either way, let's get into this midlife break. Let's get this pulled up real quick. There we go. Now, like I said, today it was provided by Colty and it's titled Things You Want to Say to People in Public.
I'm pretty sure your mother had you for tax purposes. You should carry a plant around to replace all the oxygen you're wasting. I'm trying to see things from your point of view, but my head won't fit up my ass. Oh man, I bet the acoustics in your skull are top tier. You have a face for the radio and a voice for the newspaper. You're so dumb you could count your fingers 3 times and get 3 different numbers. You look like you sort your crayons by taste. I think you could hide your own Easter eggs. You're the reason gene pools need a lifeguard. Your face looks like something I draw with my left hand. If you were a spice, you'd be flour. Wisdom is chasing you, but you have always been faster. You're the human equivalent of a participation trophy. You're the reason shampoo bottles have directions on them. Everyone who loves you is wrong. You're about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. I'm pretty sure.
That's funny. You look like something I drew with my left hand. Love that. So much about that. You look like somebody who could hide their own Easter eggs. It's good shit. Anyways, moving forward here, back into the news. ICE agent charged in Minneapolis shooting a Venezuelan man. This is a follow-up video. This is like the 3rd or 4th follow-up video we've had on this, and they decided to bring charges. Before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to open a browser, go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, screaming goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Klaus is here, by the way. He's laying on the floor because it's hot as shit today. So that's why he's not hanging out in the tower. It's hot. It's hot as shit. Anyways, getting back to the news here. Like I said, we got this follow-up video. They're going to bring charges against this one ICE agent and not the other, because only the one opened fire. I don't know. The video is really blurry. They don't show the camera footage, but we did cover a story talking about the camera footage showing the shooting that happened, and it's hard to tell who's who, but this woman is going to claim that the ICE agent was just having a great day. Nobody was a threat to him, and he just shot this guy. He also opened fire into this house, putting everybody in danger, and he's a frozen meanie. Hit that like button. Let's get into this.
Mr. Castro was not under any physical threat when he fired his weapon or even beforehand. He was not hit by a shovel or a broom. In fact, he was not hit at all. His own boss, ICE Director Todd Lyons, acknowledged that 2 ICE agents lied in the aftermath of this incident. Mr. Castro was one of them. A violent crime did occur that night, but it was Mr. Castro who committed it. He shot through the door of a home with many people, including children, inside. Mr. Castro is an ICE agent, but his federal badge does not make him immune from state charges for his criminal conduct in Minnesota. I've said it many times, and I'll say it again. There is no such thing as absolute immunity for federal officers who commit crimes in this state or any other.
Okay. So I'm sure there will be more to come from that, since they're going to actually bring charges. And like I said, if you see the camera footage of the situation happening, it's kind of hard to tell what the hell is going on. Because this woman is saying that nothing was happening to him, but this guy spends half the video on his back. And so, like, something happened, but I don't know. It's just a frozen meanie, I guess. Next up, Maryland Freedom Caucus calls mail-in ballot error a crisis, urges federal audit of the rolls. We're going to get right into this. Now, we'll see if they actually allow the federal government to do an audit. It's unlikely, considering that the federal government is already trying to do an audit from the 2020 election, and all the blue states are refusing. They claim that they're protecting our personal information from the federal government, which doesn't make any sense, but that's the bullshit they're selling. Now we got another situation about this midterm, and they screwed this all up for like 500,000 ballots. Hit that like button. Let's get into this.
This has the potential to really be a disaster.
The Maryland Freedom Caucus says the mail-in ballot error is a crisis and is destroying election integrity.
We need to know, how will the Board of Elections know if people return 2 ballots by accident?
It has all kinds of potential ramifications. You know, the Board of Elections may effectively suppress people's votes. Some may return those incorrect ballots, and they may not be counted.
On Friday, the Maryland Board of Elections announced some voters received the wrong party ballot for the gubernatorial primary election. The board pointing to the mail-in ballot vendor. The board says more than 500,000 voters have requested mail-in ballots, and to correct the mistake, all ballots will be resent regardless of whether the one you received is correct. The Maryland Freedom Caucus is calling on the Secretary of the Election Board to immediately release Maryland's voter rolls to the federal government so a proper audit can be conducted, saying the citizens have a right to know the exact process by which ballots will be scrutinized.
I would encourage the State Board of Elections to finally cooperate with the Department of Justice so we can get this sorted out, so we can fully understand who's on our rolls, who got one of these erroneous ballots, and what we can do to correct it. But we can't correct the problem if we don't have a good sense of who's on the rolls and who got one of these ballots.
All right. Well, like I said earlier, I'm sure this was done intentionally, accidentally. Either way, next up, judge rules on evidence in Luigi Mangioni's trial. This is also a follow-up. Before we get into that, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these last 2 videos. Once again, the first of the 2, it is a follow-up. One of 2 ICE agents that shot a suspect is being charged and accused of lying during a federal investigation. The 2 agents were supposedly attacked with a broom and a shovel, and one of them shot the suspect in the leg. Camera footage came out showing the agent shooting into the front of the house, into the doorway area, and hitting the suspect that was fleeing. So I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, when you see them scuffle, you can't really tell what the hell is going on. It's a bunch of shadows fighting each other. You can see them clearly shoot into the doorway, though. So I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. And then the second video, Maryland messed up everybody's mail-in ballots. They sent out 500,000 ballots, and some of them had the wrong party on it. In order to fix it, they're just going to resend all the ballots out. So we're going to have duplicates and triplicates of ballots and all that stuff. Federal government wants to hold an official audit. They say that this is directly hurting election integrity, which is why they should hold the audit. That's the whole point of the audits. And I'm glad they're saying that. They should say that about all elections. We should just do audits regardless. Why not? Fuck it. Make it a regular thing. Anyways, like I said, we got to follow up on Luigi Mangioni coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat. Ranch, here come the truckload of ballots at 2 a.m. Yeah, exactly. 0. No, I didn't. Congratulations, Green Eyes and Ranch, on your anniversary. Hope today kicks ass for you guys. Thank you for stopping in during your anniversary. Kev Sheamus jokes are hilarious. Yeah. Glorious. I agree. What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom to you. Patriot Dad, don't fight the police. Yeah. Well, and they don't even talk about the whole deal. The guy was fleeing from the cops. They were trying to pull him over. I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it was a traffic violation or if they were trying to get him and they knew that was him in the car. There was some situation. They were trying to pull him over. He didn't pull over. He ended up crashing the car. He fled to the house. When he was at the house, supposedly 2 other people or something like that came outside with a broom and a shovel. They all attacked the ICE agent. The ICE agent had another agent with him. They were all scuffling. The one shot the illegal in the leg. That's how we originally heard the story. But now the videos come out, and like I said, it's a bunch of shadows fighting each other. And then everybody flees, and then you see the agent stand up and shoot into the doorway of the house. So, I don't know. What's up, guess who? Happy freedom to you. Guess who? He was attacked, and the case will be tossed out because it's state charges and they have immunity. Yeah. I figure it's all for theatrics, just to have it on the news. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you. Appeal to have a no mail-in ballot, period. Show up in person or your vote doesn't count. I think military should be allowed to, like if military's out of the country or whatever, they should be able to do mail-in ballots. But I think everybody else should show up and vote for the most part. There's probably some exceptions out there, but yeah, it shouldn't just be all willy-nilly like it is right now. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. MU, what do you mean? Did you have food poisoning? I hope not. Food poisoning is awful. Wrench, my voting place, you have to fill in the circles with a marker. I can't remember how I had to do it. I think we just had to do it with a pen, but I can't really remember. I always have so much anxiety, and then I block it out like it was trauma. What's up, Andrew? Happy freedom. What's up, Booze of Flames? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans, moving forward here. Like I said, judge rules on evidence in Luigi Mangioni's trial, and I don't really understand this because they spend the first half of the video saying that the search on the backpack was legit, so they're going to use the murder weapon and his diary, and then they turn around and say that the search on the backpack was illegal. He only had the one backpack, but now all of a sudden it's illegal, so the rest of the stuff in the backpack, they can't use it as evidence. That doesn't make any sense to me, but that's what they're about to say here in a second. First, I want to remind you, hooligans, that you should go join jeffmaclive.com. Go set up your profile, create posts in Hooligans Alley, the forums, and the group chats. Plus, watching the live is a lot more fun with memes and GIFs in the chat. There's tons of stuff to do and new things happening every day. Click this link and go get yourself a free membership to get started. What's up, Mike Ingalls? Happy freedom to you. Here's the link. Go do the thing. Whoa, what is going on here? There we go. Alright, there's the link. Go do the thing. Anyways, getting into this next piece of news here. Follow up on Luigi Mangione. They might as well just let this guy out because they're just screwing around all day. Anyways, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Some key rulings in the case against Luigi Mangione. A state judge said that some evidence can come in and other evidence cannot. Mangione's lawyers were trying to get all the evidence that was found in Mangione's backpack thrown out, saying the search was illegal. The judge said some can come in, including the alleged murder weapon and a red notebook of Mangione's writings that included his frustrations with the health insurance industry. The judge said that could come in because the search was legal, pursuant to the Altoona Police Department's inventory protocols. But the judge said other evidence is out. That includes his cell phone, it includes his passport, and it includes a magazine of ammunition. The judge said that can't come in because that backpack was searched illegally. There was no warrant and there was no risk to the public. So the judge throwing that out. Judge also saying most of the statements Mangione made to the police officers can come in because they were spontaneous. Two things cannot: Mangione's answers to questions about why he lied about his identity and why he had a fake ID.
I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know how it was legal and illegal at the same time. It was all one backpack. It was only searched the one time. Like, I don't understand how they got split on it. Either way, they're saying that the judge has ruled that some of the evidence found in the backpack can be used in the trial and some of it can't. They claim that the same backpack that was searched was legal and illegal at the same time. So the murder weapon in his little diary is going to be accepted as evidence, but his cell phone, his passport, and a magazine full of ammunition cannot be used as evidence. Which, how does that make sense? Murder weapon, yes. The ammo that goes to it, no. That's not legit. It was found in the same backpack, but no, they're just splitting hairs here. They say that they also cannot hold what he said to the police against him, specifying him talking about lying about his identity and why he had a fake ID. Now, I don't really understand that either, because that should be a whole separate crime, and like maybe that's what they're saying, is that they're going to charge him separately for that, so that evidence needs to be held off until that case shows up. I don't know. I don't understand. Either way, next up we got Lefties Losing It, and today it's titled Hyena Harris Goes Full Fascist with Disturbing Rant. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Luigi Mangione's new updates. What's up, guess I'm happy freedom to you. Oh, you're moving? Well, good luck to you. I know it's a lot of fun to move. A lot of fun. Drink plenty of Gatorade. That's what I do. Ranch, you guys gotta go vote tomorrow? Heck yeah, go do the thing. Tony Rez Mario's like, you gotta let him go. So it seems like he's about to get off the hook here. Guess who? You knew when they took the death sentence off the table that he was gonna walk. Yeah, something unusual is going on, because the defense was originally trying to get everything in the backpack thrown out, saying that the search was illegal, and they said because of the threat they were allowed to search the backpack, that it's policy or whatever, especially because of what he was being charged with. So they said the search was legal. Now they're saying it's sort of illegal. It depends what day it is or how you're feeling in the moment, I guess. I don't know. So then they're just going to divvy up what kind of evidence they want to use versus the kind they don't. He also had a map and a few other things that were in the backpack, and they didn't even talk about that in the video, of whether or not they're going to use that as evidence. So it's really messy right now. MU, I'm glad you're doing better now. What's up, Addie Walker? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Too Real? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Johnny? Happy freedom. Johnny, my job was a live-in caregiver. I was unable to vote, but by mail, but only once though. That's interesting. I don't know much about mail-in ballots other than they just magically get duplicated, as well as all the other things that happen during an election. I don't know all the reasons of why people are allowed to do mail-in ballots. But that's why I also think that they should make it like a federal holiday for when it's time to vote. That way, I don't know. They could make it its own day. It don't even have to be a holiday. They need to make it so you can go vote when it's time to vote on voting day. On election day, not election week, not election month, but on election day, you should be able to go vote, and nobody should be able to stop you from doing that. Either way. Like I said, we got Lefties Losing It coming up. I'm going to get this pulled up, but while I do, what color do you think Rita is wearing today? Do the thing. Load up. At this moment, I don't know what she's wearing. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Well, what color is Rita wearing today? Guess Rita's wearing Get Some Green. She might be. She might be. Guess every state has early voting, no need for mail-in. Yeah, I agree. Zero Aqua and White. Captain Seamus going with Regal Purple. Very nice. What's up, Shane? Happy Freedom. What's up, Wood Geek? Happy Freedom to you. Green Eyes going with Violet. Jay Tyler going with Pink. Agent O going with Red. Wrench, a very bright cream color. Zero. And the odd necklace could be. Totally Care going with maroon. Patriot Dad, Rita is wearing a white thong. She might be. Jay Tyler, hoo ha pink. Bill Clay, blue and red. She's dressed as Supergirl. Very nice. You might be right. You might be right. What's up, Blade? Happy Freedom. Mail-in ballots in Washington State. Yeah, Washington State, and I can't remember where the other one is. They need to change that stuff. Making it so it's only mail-in voting. That needs to change. Right Mind going with royal blue and white. Tony Red's going with red camo. Styling. Guess who? Wearing black leather with steel spikes and a stainless steel dog collar. It says, "Are you my MAGA daddy?" I hope you're right, guess who? I hope you're right. Captain Seamus, this is not pink, it's pank. Yeah, pank. Here, Jesus, I don't even know what that first word is. I don't know if I can say that out loud. Something about evidence being admissible and inadmissible at the same time. That's only if you vote blue. Do they make decisions like that? Blade. It's been mail-in voting since 91. Yeah, they need to change that. Because they firebombed the last election over there in all those ballot boxes. Alright, is that everybody? I don't know if you guys guessed it or not. Make sure we got everybody's guess here. Alright, hooligans. Today, Rita's got on cheetah print. She's styling. She's styling. She's the pimp today. Hit that like button. Let's get into this.
It's time for Lefties Losing It. Let's start in the UK before we make our way to the US. We saw huge numbers marching against mass immigration, marching against the leftist government of Keir Starmer. The aerial shots of London paint a picture, and they show that Brits did not listen to the Prime Minister.
Tomorrow's march in London is a reminder of what we're up against in the battle of our values. The organisers, including convicted thugs and racists, are peddling hatred and division.
Yes, according to Keir, anyone marching, including these grannies, are right-wing extremists. They're thugs and white supremacists. They should be shunned and silenced. Well, let's look at some of the hate on the streets of London.
Love him. It's the least I can do. Okay. Appreciate you, brother. I love you. I love you too, man.
And that is white supremacy unfolding right in front of us.
Disturbing scenes. The sad truth is that for these self-loading Brits, these anti-West leftists, the mere sight of the Union Jack, the St George Cross, is triggering. A scene like this would send them into therapy.
Start of the marches there. And check out the streets of London today. What a beautiful sight. Fully loaded. Look at that, people. It is insane. Absolutely insane.
And they would hate the Christian symbolism, the number of people carrying crosses, the number of Christians taking part in this rally. And this was a diverse march. There were people of all backgrounds.
And I stand for discourse, which is Christianity, and I stand for togetherness, and I stand for British values, because I'm British, and this belongs to the people that are here, that have pushed into this, paid into the system, and didn't come over illegal. My mum and dad are from Jamaica, and guess what? They had a passport because they came through the front door, didn't come on a bloody boat.
And this lady also declined to see Tommy Robinson as some unrepentant racist.
Brings you to London?
For Tommy Robinson, basically, yeah.
So what about him do you like?
His courage, basically, because he has a courage. He can stand up by himself, like, you know. So I would say his courage and his faith as well.
What about the people that have been calling Tommy Robinson racist for his views?
I think they have their own problem.
Yeah, they do have problems, don't they? And there is always a brave white leftist woman ready to emote wildly. Watch this young lady cry her eyes out watching the massive march. You're so sad, all these people loving their country and marching. How will she ever cope? But the march did unite the nation in their shared hatred of the Prime Minister.
Yes, Tama is he's a wank. He's no sense. He has no common sense. He's a That's pig. What I would. A pig is better because we eat it.
And there was a very British chant that went up outside the PM's residence. It rhymes with banker but starts with W. And of course, these marches always attract a counter-protest. This year's was fairly lacklustre, so let's look at a classic from last year. This mother and son team, so loving, so sane and likeable. Of course I jest, they're feral.
Okay, there you go. Show him your sign.
All right, let's see. Off Nazis.
Yeah.
All right, would you like to elaborate?
I mean, I think he summed it up, really. Nazis are
Okay.
Anti-Tommy Robinson, anti-division, pro-Palestine. So why are you here, Roshi? What do you feel about Tommy Robinson?
What are your thoughts on Tommy Robinson?
I want to eat him. He is a big
For 10 years now, and particularly in the past 6 years, we've heard the Democrats repeat the lie that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy, that he's a fascist unfit for office. As is often the case with the left, every accusation is a confession. Here is failed Democrat presidential candidate Kamala Harris putting on the agenda a list of malicious measures to upend democracy as we know it, to ensure her political opponents never win again. Sounds a bit fascist to me.
We talk about what we need to do and think about doing around the Electoral College. We talk about the idea of Supreme Court reform, which includes expanding the Supreme Court. We invite a conversation about multi-members districts.
She calls it a no bad idea brainstorm. I call it cheating. And Kamala, just a little reminder, you could get rid of the Electoral College altogether and you still wouldn't be president. Trump won the popular vote along with every swing state. But let's hear more ideas from Kamala.
Let's talk about statehood for Puerto Rico and D.C. These are the things I think that we've got to do. We've got to neutralize these red states from cheating, including blue states expanding their maps.
Blue states expanding their maps to stop red states from cheating. By cheating, she means voting and those votes counting. She wants to negate the votes of her opponents while introducing new blue states and expanding existing blue states and gerrymandering like hell. Donald Trump demands election integrity after 2020 and is called a threat to democracy. Kamala wants to destroy American democracy. And do you see any outrage from media circles? Of course not. Joining me now is Newsweek.
All right, that is Lefties losing it. Rita's dressed up like it's date night. Ready to take on a big fat wanker. Anyways, that is all we have for the news. We are going to get in the fun stuff. We're going to be trying some sour candy from the Sour Candy Advent Calendar. It was provided by Tori Wayne and Karma Carson. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Tiger Jaw, and it's titled Emperor Trump. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Stowner, and it's titled Pick Which Color is Going to Win. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about lefties losing it. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom to you. Guess I can't read that out loud, but yeah. Wrench, more fart spray. I hope not. I hope not. Hopefully we get something good today. Kevin Chamus, Hyena Harris needs to lay off the weed. Just saying, yeah. It'll be interesting when we're getting back into the presidential run and seeing who's all gonna run for Democrat. I've been seeing AOC videos. I don't know why she puts on this accent. I don't know if she's being trained by Hyena Harris, but AOC she thinks she's like female Martin Luther King or something, the way that she's doing these. I don't know if she's campaigning or what she's doing, but I keep seeing these clips of her speaking behind, I don't know if it's bulletproof glass or if it just looks like bulletproof glass, but she just sounds like a straight dumbass. I don't know if she can help it or not. You know, she may not have the equipment to not sound like a dumbass, but I'm wondering if she's going to actually run for president or not. Zero, kids possessed by the devil. Yeah, that's wrong to like get kids involved in politics and stuff. What's up, Abby Girl? Happy freedom. What's up, Plastic Quack? Happy freedom to you. Guess who? Are we all thinking, did Rita have on matching print under the drip? Like she had the leopard print unders? She might have. She might have had that on. What's up, Boom? Happy freedom to you. Abby Girl, is Hyena Harris dumber than AOC? It may be a tie. I don't know. Maybe. They speak to a different audience. Hyena Harris tries to appeal to an older audience. That's why she goes out there and acts all slutty and acts like we're all in the living room hanging out together. AOC is more like TikTok style. She tries to reach these younger people and being outraged and acting like a squirrel on crack and high energy stuff. And older people don't really like high energy stuff. Compared to how young people are, and so it's like they're speaking to different audiences, but like what if one chose the other as VP or something? I don't know if I want to cover that for 40 years. We'll see how it all turns out. Shane, this is why founding fathers said only landowners can vote. Yeah, but could you imagine if that's how it was today and all these mega corporations are buying all this land and shit? It'd be like Microsoft deciding who's president, you know, or Google or Bill Gates because they own more land than, or even China, right? Because China owns like 500,000 acres of property or something like that. So like I understand, but we'd be screwed today if that was the case just because of all that stuff going on. What's up, Angry God? Happy freedom to you. Shane, demon child. Yeah, being raised wrong by a liberal. Totally care. What is that? What's worse than flamboyant females running with scissors? Scissoring with the runs. It's fantastic, Totally care. I love that. I love that. Side dog residential landowners. We'll see, and then that would put the vote in the hands of slumlords and stuff. Like around here it'd be slumlords. They'd be deciding who's president. Glass, Klaus in the back. Yeah, it's cooling off a little bit, but the humidity is terrible. It's like 85% or something. I'm drowning without being in the water. Zero landowners still only got one vote, not by how many acres they had. Well, most people either rent or have mortgages. So does that mean your bank would get your vote? Because if you don't pay your house off, you don't own the house. The bank does. See what I mean? It's like, do you want the corporations to vote? Do you want the landlords to vote? Do you want the bank to vote? Because it seems like there's so many steps between here and there that it'd be less likely that Americans would be voting than in the position we're in now. What we really need is transparent elections where we can actually count the votes ourselves and also evaluate if our votes go towards who we say we vote for. Like if we vote red, we should be able to go online and see we did vote red, but also see everybody that voted red and then count it up and get the same numbers you see on TV. Until we get that, they're always going to cheat and lie and steal. What's up, Love Tina? Happy freedom to you. Meta, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. Guess who? Rita's looking exotic tonight. It's date night. Wood Geek, appreciate you running over there hitting the like button over on the GoofTube. Alright, hooligans, let's get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we are going to be trying some sour candy from this advent calendar. It was provided by Tori Wayne and Karma Carson, and we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I'm going to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. We have PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals. Buy me a coffee. You can send something to the P.O. Box, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what we get from today's advent calendar, provided by Tori Wayne and Karma Carson. Now, we've already done the fart spray stuff, and then we did some sort of gel crap, this stuff, which was awful, and it's all over my table, and I'll have to figure out how to clean that up. Probably need some acetone or something, some ass and toes. So we got powder. We try this. Is it rated? This says it's only a level 1, but hopefully it doesn't taste like chemicals. It's like Nerds, but I think it's like Sweet Tarts. Chewy candies. Alright. This is what we're going to try today. We'll figure it out. We still got powder, and we got whatever these are. These look like sort of warheads. We got these. These don't even have labels on them. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Today, we're trying whatever these are. These chewy candies. Now, this is supposedly a level 1, but as long as it doesn't taste like I'm putting rat poison in my mouth, then I think we'll be fine. We'll see. If I had some scissors. I got everything but scissors over here. I'm not going to be able to open this. Is it child-proof? It's hooligan-proof. Them commies. Alright, we'll try. I wish I had a cup. Let me do that. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me get a glass or something. Keep them entertained, class names. Why you look so grumpy? Oh, cause you didn't get no fancy feast. I remember now. I was gonna give him fancy feast before we started live. Totally forgot. Anyways, let's do the thing here. I may regret this. We will see. That's probably enough. Anything more in a mouthful is a waste. That's what they say. So today we're going to use my XDM shot glass that I ordered from their website because I think it's hilarious that you're not supposed to mix alcohol and guns. So I bought my container for alcohol from the gun store. Love that. Anyways, cheers, hooligans. So far, everything tastes like plastic. It's not sour. It's just a mess in my mouth. Mm-mm. It's like plastic. I can't swallow it, and that's what she said. Mm-hmm. We might just do this the rest of the life. Holy fuck. It's a little sour, but it's too chewy. It's like I found the Willy Wonka rejects. I just bit my fucking tongue. Mm-hmm. Next time we're making you try the candy. This is all we're gonna do from now on. We're just sit here and chew this goddamn candy. Yuck. Yuck. My stomach is gonna be fucking sick later. Shit. I thought it was gonna be like sweet tarts. No, it was like taking the lid off a Gatorade bottle and just chewing that shit. I don't know what this is. We're gonna have to sue these companies. This is some bullshit. As far as I know, this isn't for human consumption at this point. Either way, thank you so much, Tori Wayne and Karma Carson. Very strange, but interesting advent calendar. Holy. We had a smaller pack of this kind of candy. It wasn't like that. It was actually sour. They let this shit sit in the sun or something. I don't know what happened, but it's my own fault for putting it on the list. Anyways, let's get into some funny videos, you hooligans. This eye is like starting to cry. I don't know. I think my body knows something my brain don't yet. But anyways, getting into our first funny video of the day. Before I have a stroke or something worse. This was provided by Tiger John. It's titled Emperor Trump.
Emperor Trump, welcome to Beijing. The robe suits you. Very powerful. Now about Taiwan.
Love the robes. Tremendous silk. The dragon on the chest, very on brand. I might keep this. Anyway, no.
I didn't finish my...
You were going to say Taiwan. You always say Taiwan. Every call, every meeting, every dinner. Taiwan, Taiwan, Taiwan. You sound like a GPS that's stuck, G. Very repetitive.
Taiwan belongs to China. It has always belonged to China. I have maps, ancient maps.
I have aircraft carriers, modern ones. They float, they move, and they don't need a map. Very advanced technology. You should look into it.
What if I take just half of Taiwan?
What if I put tariffs on the other half of your economy?
You are wearing our robes and drinking our tea and still saying no?
I look better in your robes than you do. I'm drinking your tea, even though my people replaced it with Diet Coke. And I'm still in charge. Now, pour me another cup and let's talk about something else. Taiwan is off the menu permanently, like your social credit score, if you keep asking.
Emperor Trump.
Smoked him. All right. Getting into our official funny video of the day. Now we're going to take a little time here for a quick vote. So prepare yourselves, because we don't normally do that this many times in a live. But we're going to today because it's going to make it even more fun. Now, if you've already seen this video, please do not spoil it for everybody else. But really quick, what color little chicklet do you think is going to win the race? We're going to see really quick. You can either drop a 1 through 5 or you can say what color it is. It's up to you. Well, let's see. Who do you think is going to win that race? Zero saying number 3. Guess I'm saying number 3. Green eyes, what? You're confusing me. Which one is that? Oh, 1. Juan. Ghostly going with number 3. Yes, Ghostly. Wrench, is that a Juan? A Juan? You guys dropping a Y in the chat, and I asked for either numbers or colors. Sam, number 4. No, yeah, Sam. You guys are cracking me up. What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Corley? Happy freedom to you. Told Care going with number 3. Hair Juicer going with number 5. Shane going with number 3. Glass going with number 2. Cass is going with number 2. Let me see. Corley, yeah, that's what I felt like with that candy. Appeal to Heaven go with number 1. Guess who? Going with number 3. MU going with number 5. Jay Tyler going with number 5. Love Tina going with 4. What's up, Maria? Happy freedom to you. Lee Bart, happy freedom to you, going with number 5. Blade going with number 2. Lisa going with number 1. Juan. What's up, Hazard? Happy freedom. Make sure everybody gets their bets real quick like. I don't remember where I was on the list here. Oh, Rappy going with number 3. Bill Clay going with number 4. Abby Girl going with number 3. Slide Dog going with number 9. Very nice. Very nice. Is that everybody? Shane, having caffeine for the first time in days. I feel like I got a high. This is great. I was like, holy shit, I'm laughing without weed. Wow. That's me for the first half of the day. I gotta do the same thing. All right. Let me see. Make sure everybody's got their bets here. All right. Let's see who wins the race here. Unfortunately, there was no winners. That is too bad. Anyways, that is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. I'll grab this link really quick. I'm going to drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and then we are raiding out over on Rumble. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I've been waiting all day for that. All day. Shane, we were winning. I know. You guys, you almost had it. Funny. Alright, hooligans, there's the link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, we'd really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because you gotta have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. We have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience a live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and all kinds of stuff over there. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the Hooligans. Now, like I said, we're going to read through really quick. We get the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and then we're raiding out over on Rumble. Oh, that candy is making my mouth numb. My stomach feels sick. The damn sour candy. It wouldn't be so bad. I should have ate something earlier. Sam, I understand. I understand. Zero. It's posted in Discord. Oh, yeah. There was something else. Well, I'll have to grab it in a second. Hey, I appreciate you, Appeal to Evan. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Enjoy the rest of your night. Cass, I'm sort of at a standstill. My legs were getting better, but I was eating that spicy build song for the last few days, and now I got new red spots on my legs. And I'm like, yo, I would like to not have this happen. So I think it is directly connected to me eating hot stuff. And apparently my Crohn's disease does not like it. And it's crazy. I need to get a picture for you guys because my left leg is almost like it looks bruised all the way around. Like almost my whole shin, like from the knee to the ankle, is like black and blue all the way around because of these whatever's hurting me. This Crohn's disease shit wrecking me. Bill Clay, number 4's body part blew across the finish line. Was that the deciding factor there? So number 4 was the winner partially. We'll let that fly. I didn't see anybody say number 4 though, so did we have winners, you know? Yes, I swear number 2 won. Maybe. Hair Juice Celtic Growers live. I will check it here in a second. Thank you for the suggestion though. J. Tyler, caffeine was the best high in jail. So I've told you guys before, I haven't been there in a long time, but the last time I was there, they were taking pages out of the Bible and filling them with coffee grounds and then boofing it in their prison wallet. And they said when it hits you like Adderall. So these like 4 or 5 dudes were screaming and running like they were playing tag in the middle of the night in this, I think it was a 6-man cell. I don't know. I woke up in the middle of the night and these people were acting like crazies. It was like being on the playground with toddlers. And they were like, yeah, you just boof it really quick and it's great. And I was like, nah, I'm fine. I don't need that. So that was the first thing that popped in my head when you said that. So thank you for the reminder, J. Tyler. Appeal to Heaven might be allergic to hot stuff. Yeah, sort of. That seems to be the boat I'm in. Jay Tyler, if you had coffee, you were rich in there. Yeah. Anytime I've had to deal with that crap, I didn't even have socks or anything. Nobody cares about me. Total Care, holy caffeine high. Yeah, I've never liked coffee that much. Enema coffee. Love Tina, 4 was well on its way to the finish line until 5 went ballistic. It happens. It was a race with a twist. What's up, Find to Fix It? Thank you for joining us over here on Kick. Yeah, that's why they need some accountability for the jokes told at the roast. Sam, no, I'm not diabetic. I got Crohn's disease and a bunch of other stomach problems. Zero. If I got bit by the tick, I'd be dead, basically. I wouldn't be able to eat anything. MU, yeah. Corley got blowed up. Yes, that is what happened. Cheating. That is cheating. Alright, hooligans. It's that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Holy shit, they better stop slamming that door before I start having to retaliate. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alright, we did the thing. Let's figure out who we're raiding over on Rumble, but of course we have to cut off Twitch because the raid is against community guidelines over there. So if you're watching on Twitch, you'd like to be a part of the raid, you're welcome to join us over on X, Blaze, Kick, YouTube, Rumble, or jeffmaclive.com. Otherwise, I will see you Twitch Hooligans tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Everyone else, just sit. You can sit how you like. Just hold tight, real tight. To the person next to you, we're going to be raiding here in just a moment. Everybody's holding on to Snooks. I can tell. I don't even have to look. I already know. Who are we raiding? Everybody's live. Literally, everybody's live. Now, we haven't raided Salty Grower in a while, and they were suggested. So we might have to just do that. What is all of this?
Voices, you can still hear like the crackling.
Hold on. I don't think we can, unfortunately. The caption says, her body and mind are falling apart on camera. I don't think we're gonna be able to show this, unfortunately. Everybody's got like scared faces in the chat. I think what Salty Grower is showing is too spicy for YouTube to be able to watch, unfortunately. So let's see who else is live. Real quick. Angel's live. I don't know last time we rated Angel. Starting soon. 42 seconds. Oh, fuck. Well, come on. We're going to start her off right. 30 seconds. This is what we're going to do. We're going to start her off with a raid. She's not even going to see it coming. Ah, she changed the damn timer. Nah, she blew it. She just added 5 minutes onto the timer. We can't wait 5 minutes. That's too bad. That's too bad. Alistair's live. He's doing the thing. I don't know how long he's been live, but let's give him some company here. We're going to raid Alistair. If I could spell raid, Jesus loves it. There we go. Hit that like button as soon as you land. Let's get raiding.
Everything's pretty great. Oh my goodness. Mr. Jeff. Happy freedom.
Incoming raid. Initiating raid protocol. Welcome to the broadcast raiders.
Happy freedom, everyone. And happy Monday. Hey, good evening, everyone. How you doing? How am I? I'm doing great, man. I just got back from DreamHack early this morning. I'm exhausted, man. Everything's sore, but I'm great. I'm really great. Got to hang with some absolutely amazing people, and it was just an amazing, just incredible weekend. Cass, welcome in, Cass. Oh, it was, man. Let me tell you what, the people that you run into on Rumble on stream are exactly the people you meet in person. They're just an incredible group of people, really. Sly Dog. Plastic, how's it going? It is, Jeff, it is. It's so badass. It's a breath of fresh air to just see that. And the character of the folks on here are unlike anybody you'd ever meet. Thank you. Rappy, how's it going? Happy freedom, everyone. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. I hope so. I hope you go next time, Jeff. Zero. Too old to care. How's everyone doing tonight? Happy Monday. Happy freedom, fellow hooligans. I'm so glad to see you all. Feels like I've been away for a week, even though it was only a couple of
New
days.
allegiance verified. Welcome to the void. Fear is the only force.
Thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. So just as a recap, we were gifted a beta test key to this game. It's an old early 2000s game. It was released in 99. Yes, sir, a long weekend. It was released in 99. It lasted for a good many years for a lot of us playing it, and then it kind of like went to the wayside. But one of the original creators has the license for it, so he has been doing the restoration project. So this is actually the beta version of this game. Well, you be careful. So, so we're giving it a play test, and we're going to give him a review and let him know what we think. What's it comparing it to? You mean the game itself? Well, this is actually a remake. If you look up the original, it's not a whole lot different, except for the some of the texturing is a lot smoother. The lighting is better. It's got procedurally generated graphics, grass and fog and stuff. And the biggest thing is it runs on modern monitors. If you tried to run the original version, what you get is like a black box around it, and it just doesn't play well. It's kind of it's the closest thing you compare it to is Diablo 3, where it's heavy questing. You build your characters, you get armor and weapons and things like that as you go. You can the biggest difference is you can play more than one character at a time, and he just implemented multiplayer, so you can play multiple people in one game. So I'm about to leave the town. And let's get out of here. Oh, man. And back in the day, that loading screen would take about 5 minutes. You could get up and use the bathroom and come back. And to see it just instantaneous is great. Thank you, Jeff. It was good to see you, brother. I'm so glad to see you. See everyone in here.
Fantastic raid, you hooligans. Good stuff. Got to raid Alistair first day of the week here. All is well. We're going to read through the chat really quick, but we are wrapping her up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Hey, I appreciate you stopping in, Sam. Enjoy the rest of your night. Zero, yeah. They'll be live later on in the week. We see them all week long, so I was trying to see if there's anyone we could raid that we don't normally raid. Thank you, Zero. Thank you for hanging out today. Cass, I didn't realize Alistair was at DreamHack. I didn't even know he went. It's cool he got to go, though. Oh, I appreciate you, Rappy. Much love to you. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Cass, we'll have to raid Angel later on in the week if we catch her live. Right, mine? I didn't see Cat Dog live today. He's probably resting from DreamHack. Oh, happy freedom to you, Wrench. Thank you for being with us today. All right, hooligans. It looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I really appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. You guys are fantastic. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Go find yourself some good food, have fun, and be safe. And I will try and do the same. Make your way back to us tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.